This is me. This is Julius the Genius Agwu. Am I sick? Some of my friends that haven't called me for 7 years, 8 years, called me. They haven't called me. They haven't heard about me. They do not know what is wrong with you.
Osinachi's situation might help a lot of people. Yes, Osinachi is like the Jesus Christ who died for all the people.
You know, and everybody is beginning to talk now that she's gone. Question is, why did all of this talk not come out to help her situation while she was alive?
I consider most of the messages I've seen on social media today as hypocrisy. To be coming out calling names after the victim is dead is something that we must put an end to quickly.
What's up, my people? How in a day waiting they happen within this up? Welcome back to our channel. Okay, about our donation, let me quickly give you guys the information you need to know. Like I said, it's your money, so you guys should know or be aware of what is going on with your money or what we're doing with it. I remember we went to the school at Mushin and Ogun State to donate school bags. By the way, they send their appreciation letters. Even though school in Mushin, they send their appreciation letter. Also, we went to orphanage home in Ogun State. They also sent the letter of appreciation. Guys, currently we have like about 800,000 naira, 790 something. So I just want you guys to be aware. And again, we can't do any major project this month. I need to, focus on myself, so maybe ending of next month, we'll embark on another project. By that time, we'll know what to do because we've done a lot. Or early June, that is when we will be doing something. Okay, guys, let us quickly get right into today's news. Here we have Pastor Eneche, that's Osinachi's pastor. Guys, after listening to, Osinachi's pastor, a producer, even a family, guys, I'm convinced that that lady, killed herself. It sounded harsh, or it might sound harsh. I don't know how that sounds, but it seemed like it. It seemed like she chose that route because a lot of people offered to help her several times. Even this pastor confirms what her producer said, and the producer had shared a message earlier about that incident. That man slapping her in the studio. We've heard about all the pastors who share their stories, their experience with this particular man. In fact, they said because of this man, people really don't want to get close to her because of that man's behavior. They just, disgusting hanging around the man, and that affects the woman. So this pastor said that he has no idea that this woman was going through that. He has no idea that there was something serious going on in their marriage. He claimed that this woman came to him to complain about chest pain, herself and the husband, and he offered to help them. But the woman didn't say anything. He has no idea. He also said he's not in support of marriage like this, where the husband or the wife beats up the other person. He also said he's not in support of that because the question on the mouth of many is, where is a pastor? What is a pastor saying? But again, like seriously, guys, you can't save a person, which we've said before. You can't save a person who doesn't want to be saved. Even the kids confirm these things. They said, yes, daddy beats mommy regularly. The pastor himself said it. One of the kids told him that the dad will hug the kid. What did you tell pastor? And if you notice, right, there's signs of manipulation here, right? This man refused to allow that lady to see her family or to speak with her family. He even kept the kids away from the mom for 8 good years. From her mom, that's their grandma, kept the kids away from them. Remember the story about this man's previous marriage. So this man was married, even had a child with the woman, right? And Osinachi herself had no idea, or maybe Osinachi knows. She's not alive to explain herself. Maybe she knows, but she refused to talk as usual. I understand. We might blame the pastor. We might say all sorts because the pastor just released a footage explaining his own side of the story. We might blame him and all that. But what about the person in question? Until the point of death, she refused to say anything about it and beg people that knows about this thing. Beg them. Even the twin sister said the same thing, that he wouldn't allow. The producer said this lady went on her knees to beg him not to do anything.
And if there had been perennial domestic violence, there was no way I would have known. The things we're hearing after her passing were things that were very, very strange to my hearing. Then I began to ask questions. First, I asked the twin sister, are you aware that your sister, were you aware that your sister passed through all these things? She said yes, she knew some of them, but that the majority of them she was hearing also from those she confided in. I asked her, I said, if you knew, why didn't you let us know? And the twin sister said, she always begged her, please don't let the church know, don't tell the pastor, please, the man will change, please, just pray for us, the man will change. And that continued to happen. I asked the first son yesterday, I said, was this real? And the son told other stories. And I said, so why didn't you tell me? Because typically they will run to me after service and I'll pray for them, lay hands on them. Why didn't you tell me about what was going on in the home? And the young man said, they couldn't tell me because the father would always ask them after they left me and said, what did you tell the pastor? Did you tell him anything? And so on and so forth. Other members in the choir who were privy to this, some of the things that were going on, I asked one of them when we paid the visit to the house of the deceased yesterday, what happened? Why were we not aware of all these things? The same story, that she would always go on her knees and ask them, please, don't, just pray, don't. But trusting God for him to change. The last one that taught me so much was the music producer who came to see me in the office 2 days ago to tell me his own experience, how he witnessed that the man slapped the wife in his music studio. And I said to him, you saw a man slap a woman in your presence and you left the man alone and you are a man yourself. And he said before he could respond to the man, the woman again in tears on her knees begged him not to do anything, to leave him alone, and not even to do anything at all, and so on and so forth. So we have had these stories, and this is all the things that we got to know after she had passed.
And again, the twin sister said something, guys. He obtained her YouTube login details against her will while she was on her dying bed. The twin sister, you just imagine how she's feeling right now. And the kids, I mean, let's not even talk about the kids. The kids are devastated, obviously, you know. Losing your mom to domestic violence, like, it's crazy. Let's watch.
Peter, you will suffer. I want to say because Peter with a mob. Well, call your mob. Up here, your mob. Peter, you don't see that you're not here. What's not your beyond a idea? So, goes that you may run welcome mom last in wire. Peter Chupuri and Z with your mokunaka. On where I'm walking in a window, chinny aqua, which you know now to ya. We are walking in a window when you are with you wire. Okurun wire no Z. Osinachi de me pon maka no mo no gwam na nga go my mother and no man di nwa. Peter si na nyenwo na nyenwo mmadụ ya ga-emechi Osinachi ihe. Na nwere onye ga-ekwu okwu. Peter na-emi ya na-echi ya. Ọ na-anagide ya n'ihe eluigwe. N'ihe ebe ọ fụrụ ọ na-eje. Ọ na-anagide ya Osinachi pụta. Before Osinachi na-eje program. Peter Machukwu soro ihe YouTube ya. My sister kwere nye that password for YouTube ya. And again, most of the time, we show Osinachi. What I saw, come here, I got in. Most of the go, me hot to me. Osinachi no. And all I know is that God in heaven will judge Peter. That will not beat. I'm not to Donald. Peter, he might fool Donald today. Open it up. Open look at walking. Maybe so I met my sister. So I phone we are on Hana. Don't know. Okay, Messi go Peter. Peter Wachuku. Okay, mezigo. Ego abego na account Peter. O nwe nke o jechara one day Osinachi wesi m na ihe Peter mere ya. Na nne m na ego akwụrụ ya 40,000 ha nyere ya mana ndị emekwa ọfụma. Na nye Peter narị the money kpọọ ya onye oshi. Funari the money kpọọ ya onye oshi. Peter nwere ihe ọ na-eme. He's doing nothing. Osinachi, yawa ga Osinachi ebe ọ ga-eje program ka ọ ga-eje. Osinachi aka ejego fa. Ọ Peter na press ya down. Ihe a niile o mekọwara mechacha ya. Mee ya ma Osinachi kpọrọ my brother kpọgote ya the only person one boy anyị nwere n'ezinụlọ anyị. Na-achọ ka ọ ga-esi mee. Ọ nọ na ghetto na Abuja, ghetto ka obi. Afụrụ m eme emeri Chukwu emerie. Ofu nwa nwoke fọrọ anyị. Bika nje na Abuja. N'ime gota, n'ime ghetto gota. Nwere onye na-enyere exhaust ihe emeri nwere ọ na-eri na ihe na-ekwukịta my mother Amaria sọsọ niosu. Emeri echiche na nri. Emeri echiche na nri. Jesus. Otu a si jide efe maka ka Osinachi mmadụ. Nwa m osisi mmadụ. Ayi, si wee jide aka na-efe ya. Osinachi abụghị onye nsogbu. Ọ na-eme ka nna m. Ime ya, ọkwa m na-enye nsogbu mana ime ya. The next thing ga-eji mana ihe ewute ọ ga-ebewa akwa. O jide aka n'obi si Peter ị na-emewa m obi. Otu ọtada aka n'ọnụ eze ị na-emewa m obi. Peter ọtada aka n'ọnụ eze ya n'ọnụ ị na-emewa m obi. Ị na-emewa m obi. Maka na ọ na-ekwe ka nnọkọta my sister nso. Ọ dị echekwa Osinachi gwa m okwu maka na ọ ma na ọ gwa m na ọ ga-enwerata ihe ọ ga-ekwu. Peter adịghị ekwe ka ụmụ ya rute anyị nso. Maka na ụmụaka ga-ama ihe n'aka na the family. Ada nwere ike imechigo ha ọnụ ahụ. Si ihe kwukwere n'itụnụ ọbụla na-eme ebe a. This man bụ devil. This man bụ devil. Hi, Jesus. O nwere ya dịka ohu. Nwee ihe ọbụla o jiri ya wee kpọrọ. Ọ na-eme ihe ọbụla masịrị ya. Nke bụ na nwa m agara di. Before m ahụ ya anya, ọ nọrụrụ 8 years. Fo nwere anya m na-abụ fo ya. Ọ gara di. Mgbe ọ mụrụ nwa, di ya gwaghị m na ọ mụrụ nwa. Ọ ndị ọzọ gwara m na ọ mụrụ nwa. M wee kpọwa nwa m jụwa ya, ọ sị na ọ bụ eziokwu na ya mụrụ nwa. M wee kpọwa di ya. Di ya sị m enyere ya nsogbu. Na ọ bụ otu ya si chọọ ka ya ga-eme. M wee jụọ ya sị a, otu isi chọọ ka ị ga-eme na nwa m bụrụ ọnwa ite naanị. M wee sị ya na m ga-abịa lelee n'ọmụgwọ. Sị m na ya achọkwa ịhụ m. M abịara ilere ya ọmụgwọ ọbụla. Mgbe m kpọrọ ya, m wee jụọ ya sị ya, ị ka gị na di gị si anọ? Ọ sị mama na ọ bụ ihe m ga-ajụ ya. Na ha enweghị nsogbu dị. Tele o wee tụta ime nke ọzọ. Mụọ ya. Mgbe o ji wee mụzie ya, wụrụ ọnụ ya kpọwa m. Sị m bịa na agụ ga-egbu ya na onwe onye na-eletekwa ya. Ya na-ata ahụhụ. Na ihe Peter na-eme ya na ọ karịrị akarị. Mgbe lee anya n'elu lee anya na o wee kpọwa daadị anyị sị ya na Peter si ọwụ na ya alaghịla ndụ ya alaala ọnwụ. Ada m nwaanyị wee kwee na ọ ga-aga. Ejikere gawa Abuja. Ruo na Abuja were kpọrọ ya lọta. Anyị ha wee nọdị. Nọgide o 1 year and 3 months. Ya bido chọtawa ya. Mgbe eme ya ọnụ m sị ya ebe isi na nwa m na ọ laghịla ndụ ọ laala ọnwụ. Ọma lọkwa na be gị ọzọ na ama nlụ. Unu lụrụ ala ezuole. Osinachi wee mee ya ọnụ ya. Aga m ekwu eziokwu. Wee sị m mama na Chineke si ihe ekekọtara onye atọsara ya. Na ya ga-alaghachi. Si ya alaghachila kama ịlụọ di ọzọ. Ọ sị ya ha alụ di ọzọ na ya alụọla gbaa akwụkwọ. O nwekwaghị nkewa ọzọ ya nwere ike inwe. Mgbe o ji wee kwụchaa ya n'obere oge di ya achọtara ya. Ya duru ya laghachi Abuja. Ya bidokwa n'ebe ihe ahụ ọ na-eme ya.
Do you think it's okay to blame the pastor? I mean, if you want to watch the full video, check out the previous video. I posted that before this particular video you're watching. Yes, so do you think we should blame the pastor for this? Or do you think the pastor is lying? Because that's what a lot of people are saying right now. Oh, the pastor probably lying. You think so? Let us listen to Kike Lomo as she gives her own 2 cents about this. Let's go ahead.
You know, and everybody is beginning to talk now that she's gone. Question is, why did all of this talk not come out to help her situation while she was alive? She's gone now, and we're sure so many more are happening. Like Damilola rightly told me before the program started. You know, another one happened again in Ibadan today.
Yes, today.
Today, and she's probably lost an eye. So how long are we going to go on like this?
It is sad that we are discussing tragedies like this on a weekly basis on this platform, and also it is more sad that there are tragedies that can also be averted. I also feel that before I go further, I think let me use this opportunity to extend my condolences to the family and the loved ones of Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, and of course my submission today comes from 3 angles, and I will break it down. I feel that the 3 angles are the victim, the society, and of course a reflection of myself, because you know, I've shared my story here, but let me come from the angle of a victim. Why do we allow abusers to abuse us continuously till it leads to our death? That's a question I'm leaving in the mind of people who are listening to me right now. She held on to a lie that she had a non-abusive marriage till it cost her life. Again, it has come to a time that we no longer have to ignore the signs of violence. I feel that many women out there fall into this because they ignore the red flags. I'm one of them. Now, back to the society, which is another angle I want to come from. Let's stop this intervention after tragedy has occurred.
True.
There are people around us today, or around her, like a family, our loved ones, who are just coming out to now give their own sides of the story. Perhaps if they have cried out earlier, we wouldn't have lost her. Yes, I'm of that opinion. We need to hold these people accountable after the husband have abused her. I consider most of the messages I've seen on social media today as hypocrisy. To be coming out calling names after the victim is dead is something that we must put an end to quickly. Our society has failed us, and they keep failing us. Again, I want to come from the religious angle, or the church, the Muslims, the mosque. You know, I feel that they've also failed us. They keep telling us to endure abuse in a marriage where there's no longer love. The same people who preach endurance today in an abusive marriage suffer worse behind closed doors. Yes, I'm saying that.
Absolutely.
From my own angle now, I have experienced such, and I'm a living survival of abuse. And sometimes it's not just physical abuse.
Mental.
It's verbal abuse, it's mental abuse.
Psychological.
And when you're not careful, you become a reflection of that, because you wouldn't know when you start talking back like your partner. It is not the way to go. It's a horrible experience that till date, you know, sometimes I tend to want to unlearn certain things that you have subconsciously picked. And I feel that your partner could be a doctor, your partner could be a professor, your partner could be in the corridor of power. But a learned person who is well exposed doesn't mean you have the right to have abusive traits. We need to know when to exist when such relationships have come to a place of constant abuse. And I feel that the children who are involved, she has children who she has left behind, who have experienced such,
who are damaged,
and are part of these abusive marriages.
Another question, my people, should we blame the church or the victim or our society as Africans, our mentality? Should we, these 3 things? Let me know. What do you think in the comment section below? Now here we have a lady It seems like ladies are beginning, most ladies and guys too, are beginning to wise up, to know what is good for them. Even though they are in love, they try as much as possible to get themselves out of that situation. Because it's not just about guys. We've seen females, beat up guys. Yes, I think I watched a pastor who said that.
It does not need prayer. It does not need what? Mental what? You have developed a point. You should know that beating your husband or wife, you're beating women to beat men. Women. There are women who beat men, especially huge women. After one time, a woman came. A man came. They were talking. The woman was like that, and the man was like this. So, please don't kill your husband too. And for men, if I hear you beat your wife, I've been telling you don't beat a woman. If you want to beat, go and beat your mates. Go to register in the Olympics and do kickboxing. By the time they hit you one, nobody will tell you. Your mates are winning medals. It's your wife you want to use. If you will say my wife is someone, go and register. By the time they punch you one, your face turn upside down. Nobody will tell you. It's not your wife you use for experiment.
So this lady left this man because of this domestic violence. I mean, you're even yet to marry this person and you're already beating them. I don't even think anybody has the right to raise their hands against the other person. I don't think so. Let us read this. She said, "Hello guys, I never wanted to bring this here, but I have to. I am a type of person who likes to keep my relationship away from social media, but this is for clarification purposes." So Osinachi's situation might help a lot of people. Yes, Osinachi is like the Jesus Christ who died for other people, because there's a lot of attention on this. I'm talking about other people that might be going through the same thing and about losing their lives. So this is the time to summon that courage to leave. So most of them will leave this time, like seriously. Let's go ahead. This was my secondary school classmate who I thought I knew to an extent. On December 28, 2020, he did the first and second stage in my family marriage list, which bride price happened to be on the second stage, which he paid. After he paid my bride price, he started maltreating me. 2021 was hell for me. That at some point, I left home. After everything, we settled around November 2021, which he promised he will never beat me again. But still, nothing changed. They are always the same. Remember Osinachi's husband as well. Osinachi moved out, spent a year outside of her marriage. They were separated for a year. And this man came with pastor to beg, and she went back. She said to her mother that he will change, but never until she lost her life. Let's continue. This is my reason why I'm calling off the traditional wedding and white wedding ceremony between me and David Okike off. Beating me was not part of the agreement in our marriage. This Saturday should have been my traditional and white wedding ceremony day. I'm supposed to be happy, but I'm not. For a couple of months now, I have been going through a lot. I have been in a toxic relationship for over a year now. I'm aware that this may be a shock to many people, especially people from my hometown. My supposed husband hit and abused me in any slightest provocation. Just small misunderstanding without minding what condition I'm into. Because I have chosen me and I will not live my entire life facing domestic violence. My supposed husband is full of rage, beating me with his belt, stick, boom, is his daily routine. Many a times he had lifted his hammer. What? On me. And this Monday last week, just because of little misunderstanding, he beat me mercilessly, and on the process of it, he rushed into his mother's kitchen for a cutlass. When I noticed he's going for a weapon, I locked the door behind him, which he forcefully opened. Both his mother and sisters and some neighbors were begging him not to cut me with the cutlass. With all these things and more, I'm fed up. So you've been going through this, even threatening with hammer. And you still stayed there. Okay, I'm calling off the wedding and traditional marriage between me and David Okike that's supposed to hold on this Saturday, 16th April 2022. Please, to my family and friends, I am so sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused you, but I will not end up with a man who always promised that if I didn't kill him, that he will kill me. I am still suffering from unstoppable headache I sustained from the head injury he gave me 3 weeks ago. There's a reason I ask this question. Should we blame our pastors, that's religious leaders, the victims, or our mentality as Africans? Here we have a new report. Let me read. It says, Nigerian women in a mom group give shocking advice to a wife who asked what to do after her husband raped a 15-year-old daughter. So the husband, my God, your 15-year-old daughter. You see, some people are not normal. I remember I said that, like, you know, I said they're just wearing nice clothes. They are not normal. We'll get to that part. Let us read this. So this guy did that, and look at the advice from other people, their moms, right? Send your daughter away and maintain your marriage. Forgive your husband is temptation for both of you. Thank God she is not pregnant. Send her anyway. Send her away. She have her own life to live. If you destroy your marriage because of her, tomorrow she will still marry and leave you. Please apply wisdom. My dear, take your daughter away from your husband. Make her to tell you every details of her movement. As for your husband, admonish him seriously, but then try to forgive him and build up your home for the sake of the rest of your children. Madam, you didn't mention what punishment you give or would give to your daughter. You only told us that of your husband, and I hate one-sided judgment. Secondly, now that you have moved out, who told you that your daughter will stop seeing your husband? Don't you think you made things easier for them? What if you later find out that your daughter is pregnant for your husband? Please send that sweet-bodied daughter of yours back to your mother, or anyway she was asked to stay. She has moved you out of marriage, and one day marry your husband. Return to your husband. You can't train these kids alone. It's a future frustrating adventure you are taking today. You can't train these kids alone. Does it mean you should train your kid with the devil? I beg, making a no choke me. Please forgive your husband and go back to your marriage, but please don't take your daughter along. Let your daughter live with anyone you trust in your family. God will help you out of this problem. Madam, don't let anybody tell you rubbish. That your daughter should be dealt with too, because she is spoiled already. As long as she didn't cry rape, you failed your daughter. If not, she would have opened up. Please, ma, go back to your husband. Oh my God, there's too much here. Okay, speaking about gossip on social media, I'm shocked to see this, my people. This lady burst into tears after her followers or commenters or viewers on social media blasted her or said she's too old for her husband, and she started crying. They said the guy is younger than her. Why is she crying? I don't know why you're crying. These things would definitely be on social media. What do you expect? If you're even too old as a guy, it's still on social media. They will still say something about it. People talk all the time. And you can imagine what celebrities go through. Or public figures. Can you imagine? She couldn't even take like a little bit of it when everyday public figures like go through these things every day. But I feel her pain. It's just sad. Let's watch this video.
Guys, listen, you people need to know the kind of comments you drop on people's posts. Can you imagine these useless comments now? Since my wife saw this comment, she can't stop crying. Can you imagine the useless comments somebody would write on a person's post? What kind of nonsense is this? You guys need to quit.
Okay, guys, seriously, why do you have to frustrate this child with this? A wig on your child? Like, seriously? How old is this child? And the child is crying, obviously uncomfortable. When kids give birth to kids. Moving on to the next news here, we have Julius Agwu. Yes, Julius Agwu is finally out, granted an interview. His new interviews with HIP TV. And Again, remember the writer. It seemed like everything the writer said is true, about Julius Agwu's marriage too. Even though we cannot say that, okay, the stories are 100% true. But now, connecting the dots, you begin to realize that the writer is right. Julius Agwu, said he will be organizing the Crack Your Ribs soon, and it's going to happen on the 17th of April. The writer said it too. He said Julius Agwu will be organizing Crack Your Ribs soon. And also, he said that Julius Agwu left his home last year. It didn't happen recently. It happened last year. And it was Julius Agwu who moved out, not the other way around. And it was the sister who helped her.
Known as Crack Your Ribs, which has been cracking ribs since inception. Crack Your Ribs is a show known by Nigerians, for Nigerians, within Nigeria and outside. It's been on tour, it's been to America, it's been in Europe, it's been to London, it's been in UK. That's how much that's traveled. Crack Your Ribs has been going on. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to celebrate the 15 years last year in London. So some things happened. So, but it is fine. So Crack Your Ribs is taking place in Kaduna State. Yes, it's taking place in Kaduna State. And as a matter of fact, when some things happened in Kaduna, I wanted to say that the show has been moved. So they said no, that I should come and do the show. That it's fine that I should do the show. So I just want to say that all the people that were involved in that railway train bombing should take heart. They should stay strong. So that's why I'm doing this show. Just to let them know that in as much as they lost lives, that God is with them. All right. I actually wanted to cancel the show, but they said no, that I should do the show. So that's why. So on this Sunday, which is 17th April, Kaduna State, I'm inviting everyone from Kaduna State, go and buy your tickets now. Because and come to Epitome Event Center in Banawa, Kaduna. That's where it will be holding. Crack Your Ribs. Julius Genius Agwu Live.
The news flying lately is that Julius Agwu is currently battling some certain health issues and that his wife left him. Julius, addressing only his health, says he's hale and hearty.
This is me. This is Julius the Genius Agwu. Am I sick? Can't you see? The fact is that Jesus must come. Let them talk. Let them yarn up better. People must say anything. Whether you're short, they will say you're short. Whether you're tall, they will say, you're too tall. Whether they will talk. Whether you don't get hand, they say, if you get one leg, they will talk. People must talk. So people should just say anything. I know that I celebrate my birthday, and the boss started making some noise. What is this? What is this? What is this? The Julius Agwu is sick. The Julius Agwu is sick. I thank God that I hung out with Bovi, Basket Mouth, Buchi, Agwu Save, August Baba. And I know that Bovi actually said it, that I hung out with him in a comedy club on Wednesday. So that's it. So people would always talk, say anything. I thank God I'm alive. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for keeping me alive. And that's why you're seeing me now. That's why I said you should come. If you doubt it, come on Easter Sunday. Come and see Julius the Genius Agwu live. Okay? In Kaduna State. If you can transport to Kaduna, come. Julius Agwu has been there since. As a matter of fact, this period, because of what? Oh, okay, Naim. Oh, okay, Julius Agwu. See, they bring their issues to social media to trend, to chase clout. It's okay. If your personal issue matters a lot to you, keep. Do you understand? Keep quiet about it. So there's no problem. If you want to bring my issue to social media, go ahead. People will read it. After 2 weeks, they'll wait for you again. Do you understand? People have been calling me and asking, Julius Agwu, we read this. As a matter of fact, the thing actually helped me. Julius Agwu that has not been hearing about. Some of my friends that haven't called me for 7 years, 8 years, called me. They haven't called me. They haven't heard about me. They do not know what is wrong with Julius. They called me and said, hey, sorry. Do you understand?
I don't understand why Julius Agwu chose Kaduna. Well, let us move straight to the next one. Here we have Nkechi Blessing and our ex-lover. Again, the fight again. Man, this guy should just stop this whole thing. Like, seriously. I thought it's over between them, right? This guy came on social media again to say he's not even ready to be in a relationship with someone that has no degree. And Nkechi Blessing, of course, reacted to that again. Started blasting this guy. Said, you have all these degrees, you have all this PhD, and yet you're broke. Nkechi Blessing is very mouthy. You can see here, he said, education would poison the way you talk and reason. And he continued, you can't be educated and talk like a garage or delusional person. Totally impossible. It shapes you and your mindset. I will never settle for less again in my life. So what are you trying to say, Mr. Man? He said here, again, lesson number 2, if you smoke like chimney, I'm not for you. She didn't even debunk it. She said the man was referring to her. But okay, let's say Nkechi Blessing smokes, right? You still stayed with this person. Social media don't need to know. If you talk to her about it and she refused to listen, you just leave her. She didn't tie your hands in there. Like, you talked to her and she said, no, I'm not going to quit. Then leave her. So I think, the guy triggered this, and Nkechi Blessing flared up again. And he said, even with all your degree, you are still broke. I go employ and pay you your salary for 10 years, non-stop, bro. Bumi, we get all the degree where you marry. Waiting happen. She was talking about his marriage, the failed one. You need to come learn how to throw shade from me, Okpeyemi. You have absolutely nothing on me. Your ex-wife had all the degree, but she still didn't stay. 3 women don't leave you, sir. You kept begging me not to ever leave because of what people will say. You did. Why? Nkechi Blessing has a lot to say here. Let us move straight to the next one. Guys, I have this video. Like, it's crazy what we see on social media these days. So this lady, behind her, while doing a TikTok video, has a guy and a girl. That's maybe a friend and the boyfriend having sex behind her while she's doing a TikTok video. Can you imagine, guys? Like, seriously, but I can post the video here. Follow me on Instagram and send me a message. I'll share the video with you. Yeah, I don't understand what is going on these days. Moving on to the next one. Here we have Wizkid's ex, Tanya Omotayo. This guy asked, they ask her, does it hurt when they refer to you as Wizkid's ex? Well, she said, didn't I date Wizkid? I like her reply, by the way. Let's watch.
Does it at any time hurt when someone says, oh, Tanya, be like, oh, that lady that dated Wizkid? Does it? No.
Did I not date him?
Here we have T.I. Blaze, the guy that sang Sometimes, a nice song, but I don't really like the lyrics, but it's a nice song. It's got nice vibes. This guy has been arrested again. I don't know what he did the first time. Was it NDLEA? Because the song is about weed, yahoo and stuff. So maybe that's why, But guys, let's watch this video.
All the time. They always harassing type place. See their plate number. Always harassing. Type place. They've arrested him. They've arrested type place. They've arrested type place. Type place. See the plate number. All over the media. All over the type media. The media. All over the. Yeah.
this lady, right? I mean, I used to be a fan of her. This activist ADETONA, she's always been there, you know, for Nigerians, even during the EndSARS thing. And we knew what happened at that time, how innocent people were killed. Remember the famous line, who gave the order, right? And now seeing ADETONA supporting Tinubu, campaigning for him, it's more like she's taking a U-turn. Well, guys, let us watch this video. Let me know what you think.
Election is coming now. Who wants to be president of Nigeria? Everybody, don't they? Every rat, don't they bring head come up for their own? Everybody wants to be president. And the major contender that wants to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is my father, Jagaban. And now, according to you people, according to the citizens, according to everything that you people are saying, you people say that Jagaban is a scam. Certificate, scam. Age, scam. State of origin, scam. School, scam. Wait here again. Business, scam. Health, scam. His name self, according to, is a scam. And is contending in a country that is already a scam. What will remain? What will remain? The devil we know is better than the angel we don't know. Let us stop deceiving.
All right, that's where we're going to hold it to this question. Buhari, police, and NEPA are drowning, and you have the chance to save only one. Which one are you saving? Is it Buhari, police, or NEPA? Leave your answers in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Until we see you next time, peace.